Hello, I'm Ragnarok, and welcome to the Reckoning. So today we're going to go over the new reworked mats, specifically Arsenic. Recently, the Age of Calamitous materials were given a rework. Some of the old materials were taken out, and there were a bunch of new ones added in. So the first material we're going to go over is going to be the Arsenic. There are a good amount of them: Arsenic, quartz, vanadium, aluminum, titanium. I think there's a couple others, Chronix, which technically is an old one, carbon. So we're going to make a video for each one of these. I figured to keep the video short, we'll do that. This will be the first of them. What we're going to do is we're going to show you the nodes they get from. We're going to talk about the percentages that they drop from those nodes. And then if there's any kind of bonuses or boosts to any of the specific nodes. And then we'll show you where on the map typically those are shown. I am on a one-time server, so the amounts I get here are vanilla amounts. Other than if I use a modded pickaxe or pick, then I'll get modded amounts, but it's still going to be one times. Also, it's not exhaustive, so I may not show every set node on the map. I'm just going to show the ones I typically know of, or the ones I typically use, and some of the other ones. So there may be some other places you'll see, like an iron node, for example. I may show a handful of places I typically like to use iron nodes, but there are plenty of places on the map where you'll find iron. Okay, so the first place we get arsenic from are the crystals. Now, crystals are vanilla matte. You can find plenty of maps online to show you where all the crystals are. I'll show you a couple right here real quick. There we go. I'll circle them on the map. Again, may not be all the crystal places, but there's a good amount from there. Now, there's a lot of the crystal caves, they have different color crystals. It doesn't matter. That's pure, what's the word I'm looking for? It's pure visual. You will get a bunch of different types of color gems from these. A lot of people think, oh, the red crystals will give me a lot of rubies. That's not true. It's the same drop amount for all of them. It's just all, and then RNG plays in. So you're not going to get, like, the red crystal caves aren't better than the green ones, for example, or whatever. So just keep that in mind. And we hit it once. Did we get any arsenic? No, we did not. We hit it again. There we go. Arsenic. So from that node, we got 2 arsenic. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drop all these. And I'm going to change to and we're using the steel pickaxe, our pick there. We're going to try using the crescent one now, which is the Age of Calamitous modded one. Let's see if we can get some arsenic again. And there we go. We got 3. So you get a little bit more. It's right here. This little weird little gray looking rock. Got a little bit more, even though these are great. So you're not going to get a lot from this. You're going to be farming a good amount of this in a bunch of different areas. So when you start getting this early game, hold on to it. So the next place we're going to get arsenic from are iron nodes. Iron nodes give you a 5% chance of getting arsenic. So let's see how many we have to go through to get it. And we'll hit. That's like 3 nodes there. There it is. Got 2 from... We got 2. We had 3. Now we have 2. I should probably drop these so we can keep note of that. So, you're going to be doing a lot of iron throughout the game. The one thing to keep note of is, or another thing to keep note of, not one thing, you have to use picks. Eventually, you're going to have the ability to get pickaxe. Pickaxes are really good for certain things, but with the Age of Calamitous specific, pickaxes will only give you vanilla materials. They used to give you the most amount of Age of Calamitous materials, but now they've literally been changed, so they only give you vanilla. The way it works is picks will give you Age of Calamitous mats, but it'll give you less vanilla mats. Pickaxes will give you no Age of Calamitous mats, but they'll give you an increased amount of vanilla mats. So you can kind of think of the pickaxe as like a builder's tool, because most of the building, or all the building actually, is vanilla mats. So you just want to keep that in mind. Use it. Make sure you use a pick. The higher quality pick, the more you will typically get from a node. And I'll just show you a handful of places. There's iron all over the map. So you can look up plenty of guides. You'll probably run by those nodes everywhere. It's everywhere. So it's the most common vanilla resource other than stone and wood. So, and fiber, I guess. So just it's everywhere. These are a bunch of big clusters that I typically use, but you can find it everywhere. Okay, so the next resource you can get arsenic from is Brimstone. I'll show right here on the map. I'm going to show the 2 variations of Brimstone in the game. Both are the same, considered the same node, they just look different. This one is in the Saltwater Springs right here. This is the only place you're going to find a node that looks like this, but these are Brimstone nodes in the Saltwater Spring. And let's see if we can get some. There we go, arsenic. We got 2 arsenic from this Brimstone node. Okay, and the next place this is the other type of brimstone node. This is the one you're going to most commonly find all over the map. This is pretty much another resource that's everywhere. This time, while you're hitting the brimstone nodes, I'm going to use the Cranixium pick, which is the highest tier Age of Calamitous pick that you can get the game, just to see how much we get. There we go. We got 4 from that, and then we got another 11 from that hit. So in those 2 hits, we got 15 arsenic. So as you can see, the higher pickaxe. The other thing about brimstone nodes is brimstone has 25% chance to drop arsenic, and it gives ×2. So whatever number the pick you're using will typically give you on all the rest of the nodes, whether it be 1 or 2. Like crystal, I think we got 2 from the crystal, and then one of the times we got 3. It's most likely it's probably like a 1 point something in the game rounds. You'll get double that. Now, if you use a Cranixium pick, we'll just say it typically gives you 5. Maybe it doubled it to the 11. It kind of did like a rounding thing. So it is RNG still, but you do get double the typical amount when you do get the node. So just make note of that also. Brimstone's very, very good. I'll show a couple places on the map where Brimstone is. Again, it's another vanilla resource. So it is kind of all over the place, and this is probably not all the things, or the places you can find it, but good. It's a pretty easy resource. Okay, so the next node is the Onyx Node. Now, these nodes are specific to the Age of Calamitous. You will only find these nodes in the unnamed city on the southern edge. You might find some around, but typically around the southern edge, maybe the western side. I've probably found them a little up here too. I think they can pretty much spawn most of the places, even inside the city, but most commonly you're going to find them down here. They look like this. Don't get confused with, I don't see it. But there's another one that's kind of looks like Onyx, but it's got like a blue tinge in it. Those are actually cobalt nodes, so they are a little different. Onyx gives you a 30% chance of, or Onyx nodes gives you a 30% chance of arsenic. So as you can see, I'm getting actually a good amount of arsenic from it, mainly because these are Age of Calamitous specific nodes. So you have a 30% chance each hit, but you have a higher chance of every hit giving you Age of Calamitous math. So it's the good thing. The thing is these are very rare, and they're actually in a place that you're probably not going to come until mid to late game-ish, depending on how you play and your experience with the game. But this is what they look like. Okay, and the last place is going to be the Rocknose King, the Molten variant. So these ones are typically in the volcano. I think there's a couple places other that you'll find them on the map. Maybe it's on the outside of the volcano also. I swear they may spawn over here, but I'm pretty sure just the volcano, which would make sense because they're the Molten variant. Either way, this is what they look like. You can see the kind of like heat inside. Kill them. We'll bring out the regular steel pick, and there's your arsenic. And the Rocknose King Molten gives a 25% chance of getting arsenic. Okay, so hopefully that was a quick-ish video on how to get arsenic. It's, like I said, it's pretty much, it's in a lot of nodes. The good thing about a lot of these new mats is you're going to find them. You saw there was a lot of overlap. There was a lot of the other new mats that we got from some of these nodes. There's a lot of overlap on that, and a lot of these specific mats are actually found from very common nodes: brimstone nodes, iron nodes, crystal nodes that are all over the map. And not only that, but nodes that you're typically going to be using and farming from pretty much, the first set of levels when you first enter the game to end game. So you're going to, even though you get small amounts from these nodes, I mean, you're going to be farming iron nodes, for example, and brimstone nodes pretty much from the get-go all the way to the end. You're going to be able to stockpile a lot of this stuff, and a lot of the recipes that call for it don't call for a crazy amount. So you should be able to get a lot. Just my suggestion is, as soon as you start getting it, hold on to it. Otherwise, stay tuned for the next video. We will be doing the quartz video next, so we'll be covering what the quartz harvest is, and then we'll be moving on from there to the rest of the ones. So make sure you hit the sub button so you get notified when the next video gets dropped. Also, feel free to leave any comments or questions in the comment section below. I do read the comments. Give the thumbs up to the video if you enjoyed it. I want to give a huge shout out to our Patreons and our elite Patreons. Thank you for everything you all do. If you're interested in being part of our Patreon, check out the link below. Also, we stream on Twitch, and we have an amazing Discord. Links for both of those in the description below. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next video, and as always, fear the reckoning.